Yes, ma'am.
Am I pronouncing it right? Is it Schumacher or Shoemaker?
Shoemaker.
All right, you're Mr. Shoemaker.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're here on a motion to reconsider.
Yes, Judge. Defense filed that motion. We were here about a week ago, Judge, on a motion to revoke his probation. Mr. Shoemaker did plead true to violating his probation by traveling outside of the county. Just for the court's recollection or whatever, he was going on a cruise was the reason he'd gone out of the county. And at the last week when we had that agreement, I hadn't had at the time to speak with my client in person about everything outside of the courtroom. And so that was the reason why we filed the motion to reconsider. I did want to address some things that we were not able to bring up.
All right, pause right here. A motion to reconsider is basically the defense saying, "Judge, give us another look." It's not a redo, it's a second chance pitch. And the subtext? The lawyer didn't fully prep the client last time. Translation, something important didn't get said, and they're hoping this court is willing to listen now.
So while he's been on probation, I'd like to actually focus on the last couple of years, because it seems like that over the last 2 years, Mr. Shoemaker has made substantial changes to his life to better himself and to become a better person. So while on probation, he has continued checking in with his probation officer. He's continued having negative UAs. And as kind of outside of probation, he has also worked on his becoming sober. And so I believe that he has a statement that he will make telling you a little bit about how he has become sober over the last couple of years. In addition to that, he has kind of improved his job situation so he can provide for his family also, Judge. And we do also have a couple of character letters, which I think can describe him outside of the court, outside of the criminal justice system a little bit better than I can do. So I'd like to present those to the court as well, Judge. And I believe that my client would also.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Michael Paul Shoemaker.
All right.
I'd just like to say, last time I was in front of you a couple of years ago, I had asked you for some, I needed some help with my alcoholism.
He's saying, "I'm more useful in the world than in a cell." And judges hear this argument all the time. The question isn't whether he sounds sincere, it's whether his actions match the story. So now the court is about to test that claim hard.
Sentence, or you had me do 90 and 90. And I just want to let you know I did complete that, and I have kept going on with that. So I think that has helped my sobriety. I'm not going to be any good if I'm behind bars as far as providing and taking care of all my responsibilities I need to out there.
All right, so here's my question.
Yes.
Why were you not thinking of that before you disobeyed the court's orders?
So I did talk to my probation officer about going on the cruise, and I gave her the time, the dates, and all that, and I never heard back from her. And just I don't really have an excuse. I didn't follow the order.
Probation? Yes, sir. On this case, is there notation that he talked to his probation officer about going on a cruise? All right, thank you. All right, you may continue.
I'm just trying to better my life and trying to make better decisions.
But see, that's the problem. You're not making better decisions. And your thought should have been.
This is a huge legal truth bomb. On probation, you don't get to freelance your freedom. Every move requires permission. No response from probation? That's not a green light, that's a red flag. And the judge is making one thing crystal clear. Silence from the system is not consent.
That if I have not heard from probation back on my cruise, you could have came to court, probation officer is here, and you could have said, "Hey, I sent a letter and talked to my other probation officer about going on this cruise, and I haven't had a word back." And you know what they would have done? They would have called that probation officer and they would have said, oh yeah, we're going to put that before the judge and see what she says. When you're on probation, this whole thing where it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, that doesn't work when you're on probation. And not only did you go on a cruise or attempt to go on a cruise, they arrested you before you could go, but you were going with someone who had a protective order against you. So that's two things you did wrong. One, you were going on a cruise without the court's permission. And two, you were going on the cruise with someone that you were not supposed to be around because they had a protective order against you. And I understand that sometimes women will have a protective order against a guy, and then the next thing you know, they're back together and they're traveling or they're living together. And then something happens and that person calls the police. And then guess what? You come to court and say, well, I've been living with her. She was fine with it. You're not supposed to. Those are against the rules. Probation?
Yes, Judge, there was notation that Mr. Shoemaker asked for permission. And at that time, the CSO indicated that she wanted him to become more current on his fees and enrolled in his MRT.
See, and you hadn't even enrolled in your MRT, is that correct?
Well, I was getting ready to enroll with MRT, and I had already gone through the list of them, and I had one picked out. And I told my probation officer, and she said to me the last time to hold off on signing up because she wanted to talk to you to see if I still needed the MRT class. So that was the last I had heard from her. She said,
all right,
"Hold
most
off."
definitely you need the MRT because you're not making rational decisions.
Correct.
All right. Any questions?
Nothing to say.
And Judge, I do believe that he is making better decisions than he was before. He has worked on his sobriety, and I don't know that he mentioned this, but after completing those 90 days, he did go through a sober living facility that he successfully completed. And he had been on parole, and he successfully completed parole as well. So we believe that he is making better decisions than he was before. What we're asking for is we are asking for the court to follow the original agreement. However, since this court does have concerns about his ability to make good decisions, we're asking that the court does want him to work on that or enroll in something. There is a course, a cognitive behavior course that is outside of ISF, and we asked the court to order that instead of the ISF.
And what course is this?
I spoke with probation about it. It's 10 classes, 20 hours. I don't have more information than that, Judge.
Probation. What class is this?
I believe go through CATS I believe it's through CATS, but it's a cognitive behavior course. It's 20 hours, and it goes for 10 weeks, and it targets the thinking errors and standing cognitive issues.
Okay.
Additional information indicate it develops pro-social attitudes and behaviors.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. All right. State?
Your Honor, the state would be in agreement. Previously, whenever we were here on this NTR, we did request something that was out of custody. It was 90 days, 50 days. We're get into that. But we do think that this additional requirement.
And here's the twist. When the state agrees with the defense, that's rare. That means everyone in the courtroom sees potential in this guy, but also danger. This is mercy with a warning label. One more bad decision and that 10-year sentence stops being theoretical.
All right. Thank you, State. All right. This is what the court will do. The court will reconsider, and the court is going to order cognitive behavioral courses through CATS. And I'll hold ISF in abeyance. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the defense, Judge.
Nothing to say.
All right. All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Shoemaker?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to start making better decisions. The
Correct.
state has agreed to this. You are looking at 10 years in the prison. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Everything from here on out that you do, you need to ask yourself if it could potentially result in you going to prison for 10 years. If the answer is yes, you should not do it. If the answer is maybe, you should not do it. Do not do this thing with the court where you are deciding that it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, because that doesn't work in the criminal law world. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else you need?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right. And here's the other thing. That person you were going on the cruise with,
Yes, Your Honor.
there's a protective order against that person. I mean, that person has a protective order against you. You are not allowed, even if they say, oh, we're back together, everything's going right. You're not allowed to do that. If there's a protective order, which according to what I've received, there is, you need to speak to an attorney to see about getting that lifted if that person wants it lifted. But you are not allowed to be around that person. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. James Madrone, who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 2437 for the offense of failure to stop and render aid serious bodily injury on March 21st, 2022 for a period of 10 years. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
State.
Violating condition number 4, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, James Madrone, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January and December 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
State.
Your Honor, we waived the other violations alleged in the motion.
No objection.
All right. Mr. Madrone, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, I understand.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
It's not, Your Honor. We're going open. We are asking for the 10 years, Your Honor. I believe the defense might be heard on it.
All right. Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're requesting that he be placed on probation, that he be given weekly UAs and intense supervision. Basically, Judge, this was a lot dealing with financial issues. He has 2 small children that he was responsible for, living with his grandmother at the time. He's now presently employed. I believe he has the resources now to continue taking drug testing and support his children. So I think basically, Judge, if we give him weekly UAs and ISF and put him back, not ISF, but intense supervision, that he's able to complete the probation successfully. You have anything to add, James?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
James Madrone.
All right. It says here that you didn't talk to the manager and you left when asked to stay in the lobby by the probation officer.
Your Honor, I was my grandmother, thankful for her that she helped me with my burdens when I had to do these reports and everything, and she would have my kids in the car while I'll be reporting. So at that time, I really didn't have too much time to be there due to my being responsible for 2 children. So that was just that at that time. That was it.
Okay. That doesn't make sense to me. Your grandmother is helping you with your children.
Yes.
And how old are your children?
3 and 1.
All right. So she's helping you with the 3 and 1 year old. So you're telling me your grandmother drives you to see your probation officer
Yes.
and then says, I can't wait.
Yes, Your Honor.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
It's just like I have real no support, really none. It's just me out there.
All right. So your grandmother is not supporting you.
Well, in a way she is. In a way.
All right. And then it says that they tried to have virtual meetings with you and you kept rescheduling and they allowed you to reschedule it and reschedule it and reschedule it.
Again, I had Financial burdens.
So you didn't have a cell phone?
No.
You couldn't get a ride by via bus?
Your Honor, my grandma lived in Leon Valley and then she moved over there by Lackland Air Force Base. And I did not have reliable transportation.
Oh, no, I know for a fact that there's transportation by via for Lackland.
Oh.
And you know how I know there is that? Because one time I made a mistake and got on the looper, which I believe is the 510, and it takes you all around the city. And I was like, wow, this is where the bases are.
Yes, but where I had to report was over there by 1604 in Bandera, which.
Via.
Yes, Your Honor. And they canceled that bus route. I know it sounds like if I'm making it up or not, but yes, they did cancel that bus route for that reason. That drive was very, very extreme.
Did you pick up the phone, call probation and say, hey, this
Yes,
is
Your
where
Honor.
I am? Okay.
Yes, Your
All right. Any other questions?
Mr. Madrone, my name is Hank Wilkins. If I ask you anything you don't understand, just let me know and I'll try and rephrase it, okay? Do you know the last time you reported?
The last time I reported was
This year?
yes.
It was this year? So would you be surprised when the probation thinks the last time you reported is November? Did you ever do the CATS theft course?
No.
Did you do the CATS 2 theft course?
No.
Did you do the moral recognition therapy?
No.
Did you do anything on probation?
I had parenting classes that were available online, which I did do, and it waived over my community service.
I'm sorry to interrupt. How can you do the parenting classes online,
They
but
were
you
for
can't
free.
report? No, but you can't report to probation online. Explain that to me.
I did report to probation online every time I had a Zoom meeting. And when it was in person, it was hard for me to be able to report due to my lack of transportation.
Do you remember telling probation in January of this year, they're not going to do anything?
No.
Do you remember telling them, I know the judge will reinstate me?
No.
You understand that when you pled to this offense, that's a third-degree felony, right? You're looking at up to 10 years in prison.
Yeah, I do understand. Yes, I understand.
And you knew that, and you still didn't do these conditions of probation, right? You didn't do the
No.
moral recognition therapy?
Not that I had faced financial burdens. So I did not have support from the mother of my children. She was attending school at the time. But now I have a reliable job. I have the means to prove to the court that I could be responsible in finishing my term.
Seems like the easiest thing to do would be to report, though. You didn't report it all this year, right?
No, because she said that she was going to file a motion to revoke, and I had said that, okay, that we have to do what we have to do. That's simple. That's what I had said in that response.
I'll pass the way, Strong.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Probation. Was there any restitution for Elise Perez and Kimberly Soto? All right. So this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to find you guilty. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. With regards to punishment, state, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we're asking for the 10 years in prison. This is a third-degree felony. This is a SBI, Your Honor. Some other cases were taken into consideration in consideration of this plea. The defendant had opted between division. He didn't do much of anything on probation. I was trying to get some more information today. None of the answers are very satisfying, Judge. So we're asking for 10 years from the prison.
Defense, what are your requests?
Judge, I asked that he be sent, continued on probation and sent to ISF for a period of time to get his thoughts together. Be able to get out on the street and be a productive member of society and also a father for his 2 children.
All right. Oh, yes. You wanted to add
Yeah.
something?
May I address the question?
Sure.
Yes, I would like to say that I would like to suggest no tolerant probation, where I may be supervising weekly UAs. I do not use drugs,
Mhm.
and or an outpatient program, intense outpatient program that I can prove to the court where I can be responsible in completing my probation successfully.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you up to 8, will sentence you to 8 years in the prison. There's to be no unsupervised contact with the minors. Court will give you credit for any time served, and the court will request the therapeutic community. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
All right. You do have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Do you understand? All right. Good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. I can't force them to place you in the therapeutic community. You'll have to request that. And then it's completely up to them whether or not they place you in the therapeutic community.
Your Honor, what was the consequence again?
Oh, you're going to prison for 8 years.
I'm going to prison for 8 years,
Yes.
and that's the done deal.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay. Hello. How are you doing today?
Good, and you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Why do you think you're here?
For compliance hearing for criminal positive.
All right. And what else?
That should be it.
Well, let me just tell you the report I'm receiving on you. All right. And this is what the probation officer is saying to me about you. And how old are you?
20.
All right. You're 20. Since obtaining the probationer's case, when they say probationer, they're talking about you. He has shown 0 to very minimal effort regarding his probation. The probationer has had issues reporting on time, reporting for field visits, testing positive for cocaine and meth, and enrolling or providing proof of employment for any remaining court-ordered programs. The probationer and I have had several discussions regarding his actions and how or what we can do to get back on track, really stressing the small actions, such as simply calling this probation officer within 24 hours after an attempted field visit or taking accountability for his action. The probationer appears to continue to struggle to grasp the severity of his circumstances and what he can do to grow and move forward with his life and the lessons he can learn on his probation path. That's the report that I have on you. The report tells me you are doing nothing, 0, nada. Why are you doing nothing on this probation in this court other than using drugs?
I have attended 2 out of the 4 classes, and we have had
No, they say you don't even call in.
probably when they come for a field visit.
Yeah, they say you're not doing the simplest of things. And what I can tell you is you've had 3 motions to revoke in this court. So, and I know that each time you came before me, I've told you that you're looking at up to 10 years in the prison. Deputy Laura, could you do me a favor? Could you place the handcuffs on him, please? Each time you come before me, I know I've told you, you're looking at doing 10 years in prison. Obviously, your mother is not laying down the law with you at home. They say that you keep saying that you work with your mom, but you don't provide any proof. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to allow you to work with your mom because I don't know if your mom is actually having you work with her. So you're going to ISF. And the reason why I'm sending you to ISF is because you need an attitude adjustment. You understand? Now, if you don't want to sign to go to ISF, you don't have to sign for it. What will end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. So which would you prefer?
ISF, Your Honor.
All right. So he wants to go to ISF, and if you could put him in ISF cognitive.
Your Honor, so we, the recommendation was for local ISF.
Okay.
He did complete the state ISF.
Okay.
Are you?
Well,
wanted to
if
go
the
ahead and go with
recommendation
the
is local, we can go with the local.
Okay.
Has he been drug tested?
He's on a drug patch, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So you're going to go to local ISF. This is the last time we're going to have this conversation with you following rules. Obviously, your mom is not laying down the law with you. So you're not going to be allowed to work with your mom. You're going to have to get a job with a different employer, because if you get a job with a different employer, that employer, if you don't report, they're not going to pay you. They're not going to call the court and say, oh yeah, he reported for work if you did not. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want to go to prison?
No, Your Honor.
All right. If you want to go to prison, I will get an attorney appointed to you and you can go to prison and I'll send you to prison. How old are you?
20 years old.
All right. You're 20. You're going to have to start doing better. Do you have children?
No.
That's a good thing. Probation, this is serious. And I hope I'm getting your attention, because we're not going to have a conversation again where you're not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, is there anything else you need to be successful on this probation?
No, there shouldn't be.
All right. Do not come back here again where you are not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I keep an open mind on everything, but we are not going to have any more compliance hearings with you. If I get a report and it appears that everything is in order, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. When a motion to revoke is filed, what ends up happening is a warrant is issued for your arrest, and you will be picked up wherever you may be. You could be at the grocery store in the middle of checking out or have already checked out. You know what's going to happen? Those groceries are going to be put to the side and they're going to take you to jail. If you are at home, they're going to pick you up and take you to jail. If you're in the middle of watching a movie and you're at the part where they're about to solve everything, guess what? If they pick you up during that time, you're going to miss what happens. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In this court, probation is serious. In this court, communication is key. And probation officers know that I like for them to communicate with people. And that's why they put in here that they've had several discussions with you regarding your actions. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you.